Hey guys, it is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to start looking at my Powersheets prep for 2022. So this is the color of cover that I got. It is the teal color and it came in this beautiful teal box. Because it's the 10th anniversary edition, each of the covers came with its own color of box. And you know what? I always love keeping the boxes, but at the same time, I really need to make sure I have space in my house, so I probably won't keep the box, but because it's so pretty, I wish I could keep it. It gives you this little card about where to start. We're just going to work through it at our own pace. I don't think I need to read any instructions. I've been doing this is my third one now, so I think I know what needs to be done. I do have a word of the year card, which I'll glue in a year of the year card, which I'll glue into my planner after, but I'm still working on my word of the year. So I'm using this little workbook. It's a field guide, and it's Manifesting Magic This Year, a field guide to finding and embodying your word of the year. So I'll link this down below in the description box if you want to check it out. And that can be found on Amazon. And this, I will also have an affiliate link down below. So I've really been kind of looking at two systems. So this is the system, Powersheets, that I've been using. Like I said, this is my third year in the row. But I'm also curious about the Moxie Life system. And never had a Moxie Life planner, and I don't like the coil on it, so I probably wouldn't even buy it. But I'm interested in getting the companion notebooks, which are basically like a notebook form of the monthly, the quarterly, yearly, quarterly, monthly, and weekly goals. And because I'm tentatively thinking about working on a 12-week year in conjunction with like quarters, trying to break it up so it might be like a 13-week year, I thought maybe the Moxie Life companion booklet might help me with that, because I'm a writer. I love to write out stuff. I love tons of room to write stuff. And this is going to help me set my main goals, which I kind of already have my grasp on. I already know what I need to do, but usually I get bored halfway through the year and I finish all my goals, and then I need to reevaluate and kind of like look where I'm going to see if there's something I have to change. The prep work is just going to help us figure out exactly where we need to go. So it's got this pretty little pocket at the front. And the first step, of course, in your Powersheets is to simply write your name. So I think maybe I'll letter my name. I haven't done that. I'll use the Tombow Foodness, people say Foodnosuke or Fudosuke. I call it my Fudonosuke brush pen from Tombow. There we go. So there is my name. So you get some stickers, which I usually don't use these. I have 2 sticker books from like previous years I haven't even used up yet. So I didn't buy any new ones. I'm just going to use those. Now, this is where we start. So it says goal ideas. So what do you want to cultivate in the year ahead? Write some goal ideas and thoughts for 2022. So I'm just going to go ahead and write down everything that is in my head right now.
I've been holding on, I wouldn't let you go, 'cause every time I try you find a loophole. I've been slamming the door and just leave you cold. When I come back, you've heated up the South Pole. You see my body rush for the escape, while my heart wants to stay. I run away, hit the road, and almost lane, but I keep turning back just like a boomerang. You're like a backseat ghost telling me to stop. No matter what you do, I keep on coming back just like a boomerang.
Okay, guys, so that's just some ideas. I scribble scratched it, and that was kind of my plan. I just used, really quick handwriting to try to get everything, big ideas, down onto paper. So it's not really anything new, really. Just kind of like continue going in the same direction that I have been. So moving on to page 6. So this is all about comparison.
Just like a
And now I'm just going to fill out everything that is about me on this page.
Know exactly where to push or pull. And I am going mad just like you knew I would. You're reading me like an open book.
Okay, so this part isn't like, I don't know. I feel like I'm encouraged when I set a plan for myself. So just I guess um what I do, like how I set my goals, it doesn't really depend on anyone else except obviously like Chad helped support me. So if he lost his job, I guess that would probably affect me. But this doesn't really mean much to me here. I don't really get that question, I guess, like ways I'm encouraged. Um, I guess when I'm feeling down and unmotivated with my work, I guess having someone say like everything is good, you're doing a good job, I guess that is helpful. But I want to be known for all these things. So the thing that I originally wanted was to create beauty, but now that I have kids, I want to teach truth and I want to leave the world a better place and provide an example for my kids. And also I'm trying to teach my audience, you guys, I guess, like how to do certain things or show you the way I do it so you can get some good inspiring ideas yourself. And the rest of the stuff is good for my personal life. So like accomplishing important things in life, it kind of gives me a feeling of meaningfulness of why I'm here and caring for people, obviously my family. I love them so much. And solving problems and spreading joy. So I love to be a problem solver. Um, I generally figure things out, but I do realize it takes time. So, what helps me do my best? So, accountability, having you guys kind of like to be accountable to you and to have a plan, I guess, but also because I'm my own boss, I can do what I want and I set my own time limits, my own goals. But I'm also creative and flexible in that because I am my own boss. And I feel motivated when basically, again, all of this stuff. So, new things make me feel excited and I love to be challenged. Incentives are also great. Obviously, making money is a definite incentive. And when you guys are counting on me to push a video through, for instance, that I've set a time limit for, that helps me reach that goal. It's not like, like if you just randomly say you're going to post 3 videos a week and then you don't give a time limit for yourself, it could end up being 2 or you might post them at different times of the day, and it's good to get into a rhythm and a routine. And yeah. Okay. What makes you come alive? So I feel excited most days. I feel excited to do my work. Does that sound, it kind of sounds like I'm a nerd, but I am. I'm excited. Um, when I used to work for Sobeys, I dreaded going to work. I dreaded going to bed because I would always go to bed late and I would always feel like, oh, I'd always feel like I didn't want to go to bed because I knew work would be coming so soon and I dreaded work. I hated it. Yeah, but it's so sad because I lived 16 years of my life like that, but now I'm excited. And I could also say passionate. Okay, and now what fires me up? So, things I'm willing to sacrifice my time, resources, and attention. So it says start with the things you love to do or what things you have in your life. So obviously, the first one, well, you know what? For me, this is where I struggle because I've got family and then I've got my work, which is my passion. So my passion is my work. And this may sound like a complete nerd thing to say, but so this was like basically my entire life. That's why I loved going to school so much. I was like a complete want to go back to school as soon as I graduated kind of person. But what the thing that I used to think, and this was like pretty much as soon as I quit my job, I worked as a store administrator at my job and I liked it because I had to deal with personnel files, I had to do payroll, I had to do um, like admin tasks, and a lot of computer work. And I loved that. I loved the organization of computer work. I loved ordering office supplies. It was just kind of my thing. And now I'm doing my dream job where I can do all of that. I have lots of computer work to do, planning, which I love to plan, obviously. And I can also add art into my mix. So I add, stickers, washi tape. I create and design stickers. I create and design art pieces, and I also do calligraphy. I can't say I'm a calligrapher. Like that's not my job, but I can do that, and that's I consider it part of my job because that's also included in my art. So what I'm doing now is my passion through bullet journaling, planning, art, whatever you want to call it. I'm doing my dream life, my dream job right now. And it makes me happy. But now that I'm also trying to expand my family at this stage in my life, I feel like all of my friends have done this literally 20 years ago. Like my ex best friend had her kids when she was 23, and I'm almost 40 and I'm still thinking of having a third baby. So you can see that like I'm kind of at odds with not what I want out of life because this is what I want. And part of me is like, okay, 2 kids, we're good. That's it. That's all I can handle right now because of my job. And that's a truth. That's one of my truths. But the other truth is that I feel like I'm not done growing my family. And I don't know if I go there, if I push that to the limit, is the work and the passion and the creativity going to decrease because I don't have enough time and energy in one day. So between work and family, this is like my biggest dilemma right now. And like they both fire me up. So it's difficult because my husband works out of town. I don't get to see him that often. So when he's home, things are great. Things are wonderful. We get date night. We get family time. It's awesome. But then there's such a letdown when he goes back to work, and it's sad. It's really hard. I find like the more he goes back to work, the harder it is for me to let him go. You know what I mean? Like, oh, and then when he's gone, I can like dive into work and I put all of my aggression and my passion into my work. But then my kids are like, not with me all the time. And I know that when you have kids, you can't devote your like 130% to your kids at all minutes of the day because you do need alone time. And I don't get that because I don't have anyone to watch my kids when Chad's not here. Like my mom doesn't want babysit for me when he's not here. It's only if we go out for date night that she does, so like every three weeks. And it's hard for me. So like for instance, if I have a bank appointment, I have a bank appointment coming up here, and my mom's going to watch my daughter while she's sleeping so I can go to my appointment. But other than that, it's not like she's going to watch her while I go upstairs and have like a nap or a shower or something. So yeah, so this page, we'll just put art, planning.
Taking off in 5.
Okay, so that's all I'm going to put on this page. And now these are the life evaluations. And my daughter just woke up from her nap, so I'm trying to be really quiet here. I always struggle with this part because I feel like I don't like evaluating my life. Obviously, when it comes to friends, we have people that we call friends, but we never see them. So, like, I don't know how to answer that question. We can't visit anybody. So, in order to be friends with somebody, you have to like visit them and spend time, and we don't ever. Like, we haven't seen friends in like over a year or 2. So I don't really know how to answer that. These pages always bother me a little bit. I'm just going to go fill them out as best I can and maybe make a few notes, and then we'll see how it works out.
Taking pictures of the streets here to keep them in mind. Getting ready now. There's a reason why we got to believe in this town. Dodging every flying bullet. They are filling up the air. Couldn't catch us there now, could you? Dodging every flying bullet. We were bad to all.
Okay, so I just want to talk about this a little bit.
Keep my sisters
I
safe
actually wrote a
from
lot down, considering that I couldn't really think of anything like this page. It doesn't seem, how should I say, it bothers me in that I feel like it's pointless because I score myself so low, and I feel like I always consistently need to work on all of these areas of my life. The best score I gave myself was my focal relationship and work, basically. Because I feel like that's kind of where I've been focusing my attention, maybe. Like work, obviously, I work every single day, I never get a day off. And focal relationship, like we do what we can when Chat's home. So we communicate every single day. We talk about everything, at least I do. I know that I do. And um, there's not a lot we can do right now. Like he can't be here because he has to be at work. So if I'm having a rough time, there's no physical way for him to come here and like make me feel better, or help out with the kids or anything like that. So it's been a rough year, basically, which is why I've been putting all my focus into work because that's what I know how to do. I know how to do it good, and I've been growing. I've been trying to grow my online presence, my online business. So I guess we'll start with health. So I have like as far as like working out and like an exercise program, I've been like my entire life, I've kind of been like on and off, on and off. And like the last year and this year have been my excuse is just I'm just too busy. And it is true. I put a lot of pressure on myself where my work is concerned. And I have a lot of time constraints. So, like, I have a toddler who's 18 months, and I've got my son who's 7. So, he goes to school. He has like appointments and schedules, and I have to pick him up and take him to school. My daughter has appointments. I've got bank appointments. Um, I still have commitments and things I need to go to go to, but it's not like I'm a stay-home mom where all I do in my spare time is read a book. I have a full-time job, which most people don't really recognize as a full-time job. But literally, if I could rent an office space or something, I would literally be there for 8 hours. Like if I didn't have kids, I could work like 12 hours a day. Easy, hands down. But because I have kids, I have to cram as much as I can into the time that I allotted, which is basically my spare time, my personal time, my me every time that isn't for work. And because my kids come first and my work comes first, and then I always come last. So I need to find this like balance. And health and wellness is part of like my personal time, I guess. So I've kind of fluctuated between working out. Like I got this with Body FX program. It was like a dance program and it was really fun, but I can't do it while my daughter's sleeping because it'll wake her up. And I can't do it while she's down here because I'll step on her because it's like a dance thing that you have to like have room around you for. And even if I were to do it while she was sleeping and somehow have her still sleep, I would need to not be working. And because I've got like 5 or 6 videos posting a week, I just don't have the time. There's only 24 hours in the day, and I need like 60. Like, that's how much stuff I do. And like, it's just, there's so many things that I want to do that I haven't even made time for. Like, a lot of my journaling, my meditation, I really want to do. So, I need to find a better way to balance my life, I think. Friends, we don't hang out with anybody because obviously the situation right now, we're restricted from seeing anybody. So I see my mom because she lives by herself, and now my son's grandpa who is now alone, and that's it. We don't hang out with friends. I see people at my kids' school, but that's different. It's like, you just say hi, you don't really hang out with them. So yeah, so this situation, hopefully, like maybe if we go camping or hopefully when this whole situation ends, we can hang out more with friends because we haven't really had much of a social life, like other than going to karaoke. We have karaoke friends that we sometimes see, but it's not like we hang out at each other's houses. So yeah, focal relationship, communication, is key. Trust is key. We have that. It's just a matter of we don't get to see each other that often. So family, you can see that vacation is on here multiple times, but I need time off from my business to spend time with my family. So lately, this past few weeks, like while I'm filming this video, my daughter has been really wanting me around more. So we cuddle on the couch, I play with her. But when she's awake, which is like almost, from 7, I don't know, 7 to 12, so 5 hours, and then from like 2 to 7, so another 5 hours. So 10 hours a day, I can't work because she's constantly needing me for something. And even if she's just sitting there playing with her toys, as soon as she notices my attention isn't on her, she'll get up and grab my arm so I can't write or I can't type or whatever it is I'm doing. So it's very hard for me to work while she's here. And daycare isn't an option because I would have to pay about $1,000 a month, and I'm not putting my daughter in daycare. It's a personal choice because I saw what it did to my son, and I'm not doing that to my daughter. If I had no other choice and I had to work at an out of town job, still wouldn't make if I had to work at an out of home job, it would be different. But thankfully I don't have to. And even if I did have to, it honestly wouldn't make sense because any money that I would make at a part-time job wouldn't, or even a full-time job, would just go directly to daycare. So it would be absolutely pointless because, like, yes, I have like degrees, but the type of job I would require to use those degrees, I'd have to have years more of school training, like a postgraduate degree. And it just, obviously it's not beneficial or doable at the moment. As far as finances go, we've got a lot of debt to pay off. So even though I have like kind of tracked our progress the last couple of months, I've been using the Budget Mom Planner, we're still like looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, not including our mortgage. So a lot of debt to pay off. And it's just a focus. And it's going to be that way for at least the next 5 years. Getting better at our spending habits. It's definitely been something that's helping when Chad's out of town. When he's home, it gets out of hand. And when he's gone, I can manage. We're good. But I just need to, if our job situation changes in the future, I need to make sure that that stays the same. So spiritual personal growth. Personal growth is part of learning for me. So spiritual, I'm finally getting a grasp on. I just need to maybe block out time. Again, I need to make that personal time. It's all about kind of figuring out how much time I have in the day to do certain things. So I need to actually block off time to do some stuff for myself. Work, I feel like, I could probably cut back a little bit. It's just, I either need to maybe hire somebody, not working directly for me, but like as a contract worker. So either like get help in that respect, and then I'll have more time to do like the important stuff, like the designing and like the menial tasks I can give to somebody else. I just need to set up my business first so that it flows better and that here's what needs to be done. Follow this list to do it. You know what I mean? Like something templating my business processes, which is potentially one of the goals I'm looking at for 2022 so that I can potentially hire a contract worker or get a virtual assistant or something like that. So that is in my future. That's what I have been looking at. And learning. So I like to watch YouTube videos. I love to read books and I keep track of all my reading in my planner. I'm not sure how that's going to change for 2022 because I'm not going to have my happy planner anymore unless I get a horizontal and keep it in my work planner. Because like when you read a book, don't you find that like after you've read it, unless you go back to it and like use it as a reference or read it again and again, you don't really retain that information. Or even if you think you do, you don't retain it the way that it was actually written. And I find myself doing that with YouTube videos. So like I'll remember tips and stuff, but then I'll go back and be like, oh yeah, I'm changing things in my mind, in my head. It's not the same as when I watched it. So I have to go back and rewatch it again and make notes on the videos, podcasts, books in order to actually recall the information. And then I can go back in my planner and say, yep, this is what was said. This is the notes I wanted to take. I also have notes in my personal commonplace book, and that's what I use for reference. Sometimes I use it for inspiration. So those couple of places are kind of where I record all of my learning notes. But I'd like to have maybe a better process. So either I'd maybe put it in a different book, because once my planners are gone, like I don't keep all of my planners. I know some people do, but like if I had a planner, it's like my journals. I have like 12 to 15 journals every year. I keep those, but I can't very well keep my planners as well, because that would be like, 2 planners or 3 planners every year too. So I don't know what to do about that, but I'd like to be able to make notes on my books so I remember. The fiction books aren't too important to make notes on, but the any of the nonfiction books, like self-help books I read, I would like to do that. Maybe I can just put that into my commonplace book too. So that might be something I'll think about. And then the last area is recreation. So again, kind of coming into like personal time or fun things to do. I usually wait for my husband to come home in order to do fun things. And even if he worked at home, he would still be working 10 days straight and then have like 3 days off. So I would have to wait until he was like home and not working. So every 10 to 14 days, like right now it works out to be like every 3 weeks, we go swimming and we sometimes watch movies. But maybe what I'll start doing is like actually watch a movie with my son Friday night. Because lately, like I keep saying that we're going to, and I keep putting it in my planner, and then we don't. Maybe I will do that because I think he would appreciate that as well. Hey guys, we're back. So I had to stop the other night because it was getting, I think it was like during the day, during my daughter's nap, and she was getting cranky. She had just woke up, and we're back to finish the prep work. So I think it was on page 12, right here. So this page says good things, what worked in the last year, and people I'm grateful for. It says if your year was challenging, noticing and naming the good will give you the energy and hope you need to move forward. And then the back page is all the challenges. So what didn't work, and then what I learned. So let's just journal through this a little bit.
I never realized you were lying. I strongly believed in the game. You really had me back where you want me. I never thought I'd fall again. Created a space between us. As soon as you came and revealed that all that I thought would happen was clearly something you didn't feel. But let me know when you will think of me, a real desire. Can I feel my feet until we're dancing till this crazy beat on, kissing like we were intertwined, kissing like we were intertwined. When we are dancing, butterflies flying, when stars are shining in the night.
Okay, guys. So the things that helped me, like all the good things, the first one is theming my days. So when I could, basically, I theme my days based on my workload. So usually I have the most editing to do, so I do that twice a week. I have a catch up day, I have a blog writing day, and I have a sticker day. And depending on I think another thing that would probably help me is I need to change my themes depending on the time of year. So December, when I do Vlogmas and Planmas, I'll be filming and editing every day, so that's going to be a thing. But maybe when my stickers are more important, maybe I need to have 2 days for stickers and only 1 day to edit. That could have been this week, and I didn't really do that, but I probably could have. So also batching videos. So usually I film a bunch of videos when Chad's home, and then I spend my mid-time when he's back at work to edit them all, so that works. I reached my goal of 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to you guys. And that was before my deadline. It was December 31st was the official deadline, and I hit it October 2nd. So that was really awesome. And I didn't pay off all of my debt. So I had said $20,000 for this year. I didn't even get that far. I think I managed to do like $400 because I kept charging and charging and charging. But you know what? We've finally paid off one credit card for good, and it won't be charged on again. So that's a relief. And I did cope with my mental and emotional stress by journaling a lot. And people I'm grateful for my kids for always being there, making me laugh, and giving me something to do other than work, and also to keep my mind off Chad not being here. Chad always supports me no matter what. There's been a couple of times I felt like giving up, and I just said, screw it, I'm done. But he was there to kind of help me realize that if there's no point in giving up. I need to continue. And also my dogs, because every day, every single day I walk to that door after like dropping off my son or running errands, my dog Gizmo is so freaking happy to see me. She like wags her tail and she's just like ecstatic that I'm home. So I love her so much, and I'm just glad that she's so happy to see me because it feels really, really good. And then also my mom for all of her help that she helps us with. She babysits our kids when we want to go to karaoke, and just all the little things that she does that she doesn't think I notice, but I do. And what didn't work, so despite everything that I on the other page that was good, I didn't beat all the stress that I have. So obviously I feel guilty because I have my kids at home and I work a lot from home in the living room. So even though my daughter's right beside me, I'll be working at the same time. So I feel guilty because of that. Even if she's busy with her toys or something, I still feel guilt because I feel like I should be spending all of my time with her, and doing what I'm doing, it's just not possible. And so my coping mechanism was working really, really early in the morning or really late at night, and it just wasn't working because I'm not getting enough sleep. And that's something I'm trying to struggle with as well. So, how to balance work family time, how to go to bed early, and then still get up early and be productive throughout the day without being tired. And I need to start scheduling actually like stuff that I enjoy. So usually when I have time off, it's still work. I still am journaling or um, like working on this, for instance, on my time off, or just like something to do with work, which is my planning, which is basically my life, but still, I want like enjoyable time and not reading a book, not even reading a book that is like a nonfiction book about self help stuff. I want to do something just for me. And one of my guilty pleasures, which I haven't done forever, is it's going to sound like I'm geeking out here a little bit, but is playing Neverwinter Nights. So it was a really old video game back in the early 2000s. I don't know when it came out exactly, but anyway, there's an online platform that you can purchase it and download it to your computer, and you can play online. And anyway, it's called Neverwinter Nights, and there's like a couple of expansion packs. That's my guilty pleasure. I've already beat the game a couple times, but I just want to like do that because it just makes me feel good. It brings me back to when I was a little bit younger, and that's kind of like my guilty pleasure. So that's something that I'm thinking of repurchasing because it's kind of a huge backstory. But so when I first started playing that game, I had a PC, and my then boyfriend would always like upgrade my PC from Memory Express, and we would rebuild it together and like upgrade the video card, upgrade the memory card, like upgrade all the parts, right? And then one day I finally got my first MacBook, and then I kind of stopped playing it. And then when I got my new Mac, so I have a Mac Pro, it's like the 13-inch, it's a smaller version. I had to get Parallel, which allowed me to run Windows because the version that I had of Neverwinter Nights would only run on Windows. You could get a Mac version for it back when it first came out, but I never did. And just recently, I completely wiped my computer because it was really slow. And so now I don't have the access to Neverwinter Nights on my Windows 7. So that's why I'm going to look at this other online thing. So that's the whole backstory there. So what I learned is that maybe I can't do everything on my own. I can't afford to hire help right now, but I'm hoping in the new year I might be able to. And I really do need to schedule some me time because um, right now I kind of feel like everything is me time, but it's really not because I'm either with my kids or working or with my husband. So like it's either those three, but I'm never by myself, just doing something that I love by myself. And that's kind of where I want to be. Okay, so these are limiting beliefs. It says, where do you feel stuck? What lies have you believed about yourself or your life? So I wouldn't really say I believe in lies because I don't. I feel like my mind is more open now, like I'm open to anything. I just need the income. So I guess one limiting belief is that I never thought I'd ever be able to earn like a large income. Like the most I've ever made in my life is like 65,000 a year, and that's the most I've made on my own as a single person. And I've never believed that I could make more than that. And I'm still not at that point, so I don't really know if it's true. Another thing is I'm really scared of airplanes. So I had a bad experience last time I was on an airplane. I flew to Kingston, Ontario, and my eardrums, no matter what I'd do, I'd sneeze, I'd plug my nose and blow. I would do like tons of stuff and my ears wouldn't pop. And they never burst, but they were close to bursting. And that scared me. And so ever since I've been like deathly afraid of airplanes. And like they say that sometimes certain people just like it's not healthy to fly. Like it's not a good thing. It's not something people should be doing all the time. So like flight attendants have issues with flying and like a lot of migraines and eardrum problems. So that's something that I already figured out that I don't do well flying. So I feel like even if I wanted to take a vacation, I'd have a lot of fear around that. Yeah, so I'd say maybe not being able to go on a vacation, not being able to earn a big salary. But other than that, I'm not really sure if I have any limiting beliefs because since I've become spiritual, I feel like my mind has been so much more open than it was before. I feel like I don't have a limit. I can increase my knowledge and I can work my ass off and I can grow and grow and grow. Like there's no stopping me. So now it says who I really am. Your weaknesses can become your strengths. What would happen if you flip the script on the lies? Write a few lines about the person you'd be free to be if you set aside the opinions of others.
But I know what we have is worth fighting for, and that I won't give up without a fight. Let me know when you will think of me, a real desire. Can I feel my feet until we're dancing?
So I just added this one here where it said, I think other people think that what I'm doing isn't a real job, and because it doesn't make money as like working for somebody else would, but I'm hoping to soon prove them wrong. So I'm moving past fear, and it says, name your fears about this year ahead, even the ones you don't want to write. Use this format. I fear something because something.
Crazy beat kissing like we were intertwined. Kissing like we were
Okay, so these ones, they're not so much like in my head, they're more physical. So definitely the plain one, if I were to even think about like flying anywhere, I would feel anxious. It would also be excitement to be able to go somewhere new, but it would probably be more anxiety about like actual plane travel and about the plane crashing or about my eardrums bursting or something like that. And then the next one is the dentist. I've always had a huge fear of the dentist. And I feel like it's my mom putting a lot of pressure on me when I was young to always have perfect teeth, because I do have a perfect, all natural smile. I've never had like braces or anything like that. And I feel like even though my teeth look perfect, they're not perfect. I actually have a cavity in every single tooth. And it's because when I was young, my mom didn't know like, she didn't floss my teeth. And I don't know if it's because we didn't have access. We were really poor when I was young, and my dad didn't have a job. And um, circumstances were a lot different when I was young, even though I was born in the 80s. But where we lived and just kind of our circumstance was much different. So I didn't brush my teeth. I didn't floss. We didn't own floss. And I went to beg chewing gum, and I ended up with it in my hair. So anyway, so I have like cavities in every single one of my teeth. I floss like 2 or 3 times a day, and I use like anti-cavity, like full fluoride mouthwash. So like I do all the things now, but it's too late. Like the preventative measures didn't take effect until much later in life. And so I've already got one tooth pulled because it ended up being drilled so much that it ended up cracking. It didn't even have a root canal yet, but it ended up cracking. So I had to get it pulled because it was like constantly pain, pain, pain. And that's one of the things I fear about the dentist. Like, I will have any other procedure done on my body, but the dentist is the one thing that I fear the most pain of pain, and I'm not sure why. And it's like I can't even stand it when I get a toothache. It's like the worst pain ever. And I've had nightmares where I've lost all my teeth. Like, they've literally crumbled in my mouth. And so I think maybe it kind of stems down from like my childhood fears about my teeth. But there's nothing I can do about it. Like, I'm so scared. So anyway, but I think if I was to face the fear and take action, I would definitely feel free, and I'd feel light, and I'd feel good about myself. Okay, so this says something about legacy. So it says check all that apply. So I often describe myself as busy. I do. Being present can be challenging. My mind is in a million places. It's true. So much happens in my days, but I wish I was making more progress on what matters. Um, I don't know if that's true because what matters to me is my family. I already know that's one of my core values. And I do spend a lot of time with my family, but I wish that it could be a bit more instead of me always like constantly filming and editing videos. So maybe I'll still check that. I sometimes feel spread thin. I don't think I do a lot of things poorly, but I do feel spread thin. So I'll cross that out because I do try to do it all, but I don't think I do things poorly because I still put a very high degree of effort into what I do. Distractions leave me feeling empty. I feel like I waste more time than I should. I don't waste time, very rarely, if ever. I'm always busy doing something worthwhile for my business or my family. I don't know how to use my time to focus on what's important. I do. I want to make my days count. I do that. So life is too short. So we'll move on. And now it says the big picture. So imagine yourself many years from now looking back on the whole of your life. Where will you be grateful you spent your time and attention? So obviously, what matters, what doesn't matter, and who do you want to be? So I'll just quickly write this out and we'll come right back.
Forgot that feeling. The sun in my face, it's so well needed. Life will take care of the rest. Biking alone in the sunset, through the canal, so the mindset I needed. Yeah, I needed. Oh, let's freeze time, gather around, watch the sun go down. Oh, in summertime, soaking up the sun, cruising around in this crazy town. Oh, just you and
Okay, so all I said here was what matters. So I want to spend quality time with my family, being with my family, making memories. My health matters. Having money to pay for my kids' education, having money to support them. So, like, how I wish my mom could support me right now when we go through trouble and stuff, I would wish that I could say, I need this in order to do this. And not that I want a free handout or anything, but it would be nice to have this support. And what won't matter is technically money, but we're in a position right now where our home is like pretty much falling apart and we don't have the money to fix it. And like we can barely scrape by the amount of money for taxes, let alone trying to fix our house. And we need other things a lot more than we need our house fixed, which is saying a lot. So just try not to be stressed out all the time, because if you're constantly stressed about money, you could get sick, you could get a heart attack, and you could die, and then none of this matters anyway. So we need to get to a point now where we're financially secure, pay off our debt in order to have all of this. So technically, money still matters. Does that make sense? And then who do I want to be? Well, I want to be a good person. Um, I'm not particularly thoughtful. Like I don't have that extra time to like leave somebody a special gift created all their own, but I do try to be thoughtful, especially, um, for somebody that appreciates me or um, like shows me kindness. I like to try to be thoughtful for that. I want to be creative. I don't want that to go away. I want to be honest and truthful. And sometimes I can be so truthful that even in a situation where it might hurt somebody, that's how truthful I am. And I believe in giving my full opinion and my honest opinion, which sometimes hurts. But I also want to be a leader and an entrepreneur, and I'll never work for anybody else again. Okay, so here is the big picture vision. So it says, for each area of your life, write out thoughts about what you want to grow in the long term. So I guess these are kind of like ideas and dreams for long term goals. So we're just going to do a little bit of brainstorming here.
Just do it. Create that feeling. The sun on your skin, as great as breathing. Filling the spaces within. Running around, are we there yet? Music is not where we all met.
Okay, so quickly going over these and then we'll get into this side here. So, health and wellness, like I'm not looking to run a marathon here. I'm not looking to lose weight per se. I'm not looking to start a huge exercise regimen. I don't want any of that. My main goal is just to be healthy in the aspect that, I'm not eating tons of food, that I am a healthy weight, but getting there by eating less food and drinking more water. So that's why I've been focusing on so much water. Um, and I want to get a Brita water filter because I don't feel comfortable drinking tap water anymore. When I like tap water because I feel like it's free and I don't want to waste, like, I don't believe in buying bottled water, but I want to get a Brita water filter because I can literally smell the fluoride and the chlorine in the water. Like when it comes out of the tap, the smell is so strong that it physically makes me nauseous. So I need to maybe get a filter. And eventually, if we ever move into a new home, I want to get the filter type fridge that like you can pour water from the fridge filter. Focal relationship. So kind of like what Chad and I have right now, just I want it to be easy. Obviously, I want love, like we love each other. I want good communication. I want us to get along and just have that camaraderie ship. Is that the right word? Is that a word? Just to 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 be best friends. That's what I want, and always share things together and never hide anything. Like always be honest and truthful and all that jazz. Friends, right now we don't have any friends. Like we have friends. We don't ever hang out because of the situation right now, obviously, is like paramount. But we've never really had friends. Like Chad's had a lot of bar friends and people he's made friends with like that. He's got one close friend, but they've got their family. We've got our family. We never see them. And I lost all of my friends because I was having babies in my 40s. Well, they're done, been there, done that. They're long gone and they've got other priorities.
You guys,
So my camera died in the middle of filming. So we're having some issues. My phone has been heating up and I think it just, right now, I think the battery died. But yeah, it's been acting weird. So what I did is I finished filling this part out here. So we'll just quickly chat about these pages and then move on. So yeah, friends, we are both too busy. Chad's working on a town right now, so he's never home. Family reunion, so hopefully that will happen this year. So my last one got canceled because of the situation with the pandemic. So hopefully that will happen in 2022. Our finances, we want to be debt free and we want to own a brand new home. And I'm not just saying like, a new used home. We want a brand new home and always learning. So it's what I do. I work hard. Every single day, I set extraordinary goals for myself. Sometimes I have 12 goals a year, and I usually accomplish all of them. In the last like 2 or 3 years, I've been doing really, really, really well. I want to grow spiritually, and I want to read a lot. And I actually want to take a vacation time because the last 2 years we have not. The year my daughter was born, it's because she was a baby. And then the last year was because Chad worked. And then this past summer of 2021, same thing. Chad was busy working and I was busy working, and we just never had time or money. Okay, so living it out. So it says, knowing what matters, how can you live like it? So these are the ideas. It's kind of like in a stem. This is kind of how my goals start. So really get ideas and figure out this is the stuff that matters. So what do we have to do? Possible potential goals would be eat less, no eating before bed, to fast. I haven't really done that. Like I do fast, but I don't fast on purpose, so to speak. Like I won't eat breakfast, but I won't eat till like supper. But in my experience, that's never helped me. That's always hindered me. It's never been good for me. It's never worked for me, if that makes sense. So I don't know if that's something maybe I'm just not doing it at the right time. But like technically, like I'll have one meal a day usually, or 2 meals a day maximum. So yeah, I mean, I'm always fasting. I fast from like my one meal a day is usually like 4 o'clock. So I won't eat from like 5 till I get up the next morning. And like 5, I usually go to bed about midnight. So that's 7 hours before bed. So by bedtime, I'm starving. I go to bed, I wake up, and then sometimes I'm hungry in the morning. But usually I get up at 5 and I usually just have coffee, and then I don't eat anything again till 4. So, I mean, I'm always fasting. It's just nothing's ever made me feel become a vegetarian. Personally, I actually don't even like the texture or taste of meat. I don't really like eggs either, but I still believe in drinking milk and having yogurt and cheese. Like I love cheese. It's one of my favorite things. Um, but vegetarian as in like no meat products and no eggs. And I do want to get a Brita water filter. That will be like a decision that we just need to get a bigger fridge because our fridge wouldn't hold a filter. We have no room in our fridge. It's a very tiny apartment style fridge and it's broken. It's actually cracked where the vegetable and fruit pan are cracked. So like that's where we put our milk because we have no other room for our milk. And it's cracked and like you can't even get the vegetable and fruit drawers open. So we desperately need a new fridge, but we're hoping to move to a different place because the fridge would have to be another small apartment sized fridge and it's not working for us. And then drink more water. But I mean, drinking more water has been a goal of mine forever, and I'll do it for a week and then I'll stop, and then I'll do it for 4 days and then I'll stop. So I need to find a way to consistently drink water all the frickin' time. As for my focal relationship, we'll continue with the date nights, have like meetings, I guess, which is just us talking. Um, so I don't really know. We can always improve just by communication, but it's not like we're not in a bad spot right now. It's not like I'm trying to meet somebody or anything. Like we're already in a good place, I feel like. And friends, so maybe reach out to people who also like karaoke. Our current friends, none of them do like karaoke. They never even join us at all, ever. Maybe find new friends who actually enjoy that and potentially go camping. So, like, our current friends do like camping, but last summer they never invited us and we never had the money anyway, so we never asked them about it. We'll see what happens this summer. And as for my family reunion, I will be having one as long as everything holds out. We're allowed to see people again. Financing. So now that I'm on the Budget Mom book, I want to continue the cash envelopes because it has been working. I have been saving, which is a definite plus. So savings is good, but I want to get back and start paying off more debt into the new year. And as for working and learning, I want to stick to the batching and theming, but I also want to give myself leniency when it comes to life and when things change. Like if Chad's job situation changes, I need to be able to be flexible enough that I can change it and it will still work for me. And personal growth and spirituality, I want to book in actual time that I can set aside again for myself, but for spirituality, and have the time to do that every day. And I also want to include reading in there. And then the last one, recreation, plan an actual vacation. So, first step, we're already on it. I've got 60 or maybe it's $75 now saved for camping for this summer. So, we're on the start, and that's all I can ask of myself right now or of ourselves is just to start. So, we are saving. Once we hit that goal of whatever, however much we need, then we just need to plan for the time off during the proper months. Okay, that was a lot of talking, I feel like, you guys. So now we're in my cultivated year. So what I'm saying yes to, what I'm saying no to. So we'll say what I'm saying yes to and what I'm saying no to.
Summertime, soaking up the sun, cruising around in this crazy town. Oh, just you and I, just you and I.
Okay, so I feel like that speaks for itself. So we're going to move on. So I always like earmark this page because I feel like this is like the most important page. It's like the whole cornerstone of your story. And it helps you because it refers back to certain pages where you can put the information on. It's like fill in the blank. So we're going to do this quickly.
Let's FaceTime. Oh, in summertime, soaking up the sun, cruising around in this crazy town. Oh, just you and I, just you and
So I've done this page. I just want to see how it compares to the last year. That was page 23, but I don't know if it's the same here. Let's see. Okay, so, oh, I put excited for both of them. That's so funny. Okay, so I put areas of my life to be cultivated: health, friends, finances, work, recreation, personal growth. I feel like I took care of work on here, but finances is still a thing. Friends. So I'm learning in spirituality. Personal growth and learning are like kind of one and the same to me. So now I want to build a foundation for my family, connect with people, make a difference. Now I want to spend time with my family, make memories. It's a little bit different. So back then I said I'll live my life vision this year by starting to pay off my debt, building a financial foundation, working hard and learning new things. And now I said learning to adapt to budgeting responsibly and paying off debt. I think that's kind of our first step to everything, and then I think everything will follow. It's kind of at the point in our lives when our kids are young, and now I'm working hard. I'm doing the work that I should have done when I was in my 20s, but it didn't work out that way for me. This one I want to expand our family and feel free and relaxed. This one I want to support my kids and saying yes to working hard, getting healthy, and saying yes by prioritizing and relaxing. Saying no to worrying about things I can't change, which is still true, and saying no to doing everything myself. I'll surround myself with less distractions and worry. This one, I will let go of fear, and I'll fill my life with more balance. And this one is with more purpose and mindfulness. So I do have a purpose, but I technically would say balance as well. That was one of the words I was thinking of. So overall, it hasn't really changed, but I feel like I've shifted from like working my butt off this past year to like now I'm making money. I can continue to make money doing what I'm doing, but I also need to find a way to let go and to um, either schedule better or like get help or not do everything myself. So I need to figure out a way to do that. So now it says change. What do you most want to cultivate in 2022? So even though technically we're not ready to take a vacation because we have $70 saved up for a vacation. And that's not even like having money to save up to take the time off from work to have a vacation because Chad doesn't get paid. He gets paid out each paycheck, but we use that. We don't save that. We use that in our everyday paychecks. Like we use yeah. It's not like we can just put like whatever 10% away because we need all that money for bills and stuff. So we have $70. So I mean it's a little start, but it's a start, I guess. So these are the types of goals. So I feel like this is new and I feel like maybe they took like the maintenance, the progress, and the stretch goal idea, but they changed the names. So like before I've been referring to maintenance goals as habits. So that will be tracked. I'll be using actual habit trackers in my passion planner or the legend planner for that. The finish line is where you can like the goal is like set for that month, the quarter, or the year. So it's like foreseeable future. So something that you can actually finish this year. And then the big dream is like one of my dreams is to go to New York. I desperately want to like go to New York during winter, like over New Year's or something. I think that would be so, so cool. But that would be like a big dream. Okay, so it says you can actually put goals here. It says some you can do 2 types of goals, and for others, a goal may not be needed.
Got me feeling like I'm walking on air, still I'm fading. I'm so scared of misbehaving. I'm laying low.
Okay, I feel like it was easier to write this out because these are things that like won't happen this year. These are just like brainstorming ideas, like big dreams. These ones are a little bit harder.
Feel like running away, but I'm staying. I need your love and not a haven. No one can show. 'Cause when I dance, get nobody on the floor. You move me to my core. 'Cause when I feel like nobody, like nobody. You got me feeling good, like I'm drowning in your love. You got me feeling good, knock on wood.
Okay, so I tried filling this in as best I could, but these are like some of my goal ideas. Not all of them because I'll write those on later pages, but this is just like the things I'll track on a habit tracker. So like water, budget, date night, movie night, that kind of thing. And not track on a budget, track on a habit tracker. And finish line are bigger goals that I'd hope I'd finish within like 1 month or like for if I can meditate every single day for 1 month, that would definitely be like a check mark for me, or the same with drinking water every day for a whole month, and then see if I can carry it over to like a whole quarter and then kind of go from there. So here I changed it because technically, legally, we're not married yet. We're just common law. But finish line, hopefully, maybe get married by the end of this year. And then honeymoon would be like our big vacation. So that would be like a dream thing. And yeah, I think that's really nice. Now, I don't think I need to write anything here. These are just like examples. And then the rough draft of yearly goals. Okay, so I'm going to write down everything that I can here if I have enough room.
Had me wondering, putting up a charade, I was stumbling. I need your love, gonna cave in, just so you know. 'Cause when I dance, get nobody on the floor. You move me to my core.
Okay, so these are all of my ideas. And so the next part is to write the goals on the master list. So here I'm actually just going to have like overarching topics. So I'll show you guys what that looks like.
You got me feeling good. You got me feeling good. Got me drowning. Feel like running away, but I'm staying. I need your love and not a haven. No one man show. You got me feeling good, like I'm drowning, drowning in your love. You got me feeling good, knock on wood. You got me feeling high, like I'm trembling, trembling from your touch. You got me.
Okay, so I'm actually kind of proud of this because I kind of color coordinated my tombos with the colors of these stickers. The only one that didn't really match is like the spiritual one, but that's fine. I just use this like green blue color. All right, so those are like the overarching topics I want to focus on. And then all of my goals kind of come underneath that. It's just kind of the way the Powersheets works, how they've changed it to this year. So this is like the word of the year. I'm going to leave this alone because I'm currently working on this still, the manifesting magic this year to find my word. So I'm not going to look at that right yet. I'll come back to it once I figure that out. Vision board I'm going to leave alone. And the little by little progress. So this is easy because I have seen progress. So we have had debt repayment. I have had growth on my channel and in my online business. And what else? Chad's and my work schedule really kind of hold us back from doing a lot of stuff. I feel like we're working and working and working and never really getting ahead because we have so much to pay back and pay off. So yeah, I don't know about that. So I think that's it for now. And then here, turning challenges into opportunities. Place a check mark next to barriers that have tried to hold you back in the past. I feel like we're isolated. Maybe it's because of the situation right now. This is maybe something that I do, so I feel like I should. Although when I hit the 1,000 subscribers, I did celebrate that, but I feel like maybe I could give myself more celebration. So now I need to break down my goals. And so this is going to be a little difficult with the way I have my goals laid out because some of them are fine, like finance, like I have like an actual goal in mind for that. But health is kind of like it's more of a maintenance, like a habit. So I'm gonna work my way through these and you guys can kind of follow along and watch. I do like this where you can like really change things. You can check it off what it is, so that's nice. So let's work through the first one and then maybe we'll chat about the first one and then we'll kind of move on to the next ones.
You told me that it wasn't right. I knew it first that time. And even if I was blind, and all those possibilities really knocked me off my feet, surrounding all my dreams. All I know that was left now.
Okay, so that was really easy to fill out. So I'm going to move on to the next ones. You guys can kind of follow along and see. I really like this, how you can like check it off to see what type it is and like where it falls in the area. If you don't start working on it, this kind of feels like it's useless to me. I don't really feel like I need this so much because I've already established that like my goals are important. But yeah, we'll just continue working on them and we'll have a little chat at the end.
Now leaving me in the dark. strong. I'll carry on with the fire that's left in me. You lifted me higher, you're my heartbeat. Taking the fire out of me. You're taking me higher, 'cause you are the fire that's left in me. That's left in me. Left in I've never been that much for love. Thought being free better than none. Tried it before with all I got. And all I know is left now, the sun and the stars, leaving me in the dark, leading me through it all. 'Cause you are the fire left in me. You lifted me higher, my heartbeat, taking the fire out in me. You make me strong. I'll carry on with the fire that's left in me. You lifted me higher, you're my heartbeat, taking the fire out in me. You're taking me higher, 'cause you are the fire that's left in me. That's left in me. Left in me. When all those dreams got caught up right in the middle, when love was real, like we were in the beginning, when all those dreams told me that I got it right. You're taking me higher, 'cause you are the fire that's left in me. That's left in me.
Okay, guys, I think we're actually done. So I know I'm kind of out of focus right here because I switched my camera around because I have to turn it around so I can plug it in proper. But the yearly overview, I'm not going to work with right now. I think what I'll do is if I have time, there's still got a little bit more to do. It's just, I feel like this was a lot. Like this video is going to be really long and I can't really break it up because I'm doing Vlogmas and Planmas for December. But what my plan is, if I can break it down and like make some notes here, try to be somewhat organized in it for each of my goals. So the big like overarching tasks are like in color, and then these are all the goals here. So when my husband and I have a budget meeting, which we're going to when he comes home this time, we'll talk about these goals, and I might include my finance, like my income. I might include that on here because his income will either go down or stay the same. It will never like change that much. But I'll write those down on my break it down sheets. And then I think what I'll do is once I've kind of broken it down, I think it would be worthwhile to put it on the yearly overview. So I obviously can't do all of this stuff right away. So there's certain things to do, like I'll probably work on a sauna for January, and then February I'll do starting to do the templating. And then obviously like when we go camping, that'll probably be June or July or August because I have to wait till my son is done school. So probably July or August. So I'll write these down, and I don't want to add to it because that is a lot to do. The other thing I want to do, especially with the reading, I want to actually write the names of books that I want to read for certain reasons. I'm going to write them out on those sheets as well, and I can kind of schedule it on here. And then before I go ahead and do my January goals at the end of, I think it's like the 1st of January or something, I'll have this filled out and we can talk about it then. I think that's a better plan. And then this is just an area to put more wild cards, but I don't really feel like I need it. What I do here is I usually put a wild card here or on the front page, and that's just like the meal plan. But it depends what Chad's doing. If he's home every night from work, I will do like a huge meal plan again for the whole month. But if he's not, he's still working out of town, I'm just going to kind of continue doing what we're doing right now. So yeah, so I won't be doing the January goals for a while. And then I think what I'll do is once I make that yearly overview calendar right here, once I get this filled out, I'm going to start using these to plan out my goals. I'm not going to really use them for like scheduling anything. I might put Chad's days off on here just so I can schedule myself around that. But other than that, I'm just going to like work off of this calendar here. So when I do my January goals, I will show you this, and that's kind of when you'll see how I break my yearly goals to like quarterly and then down to monthly, and you'll see it kind of progress that way. So I hope you guys got some insight out of this. I know it was like a long video and it's kind of hard to follow along with someone else when they're doing it, but I'm pretty sure the Cultivate team has, I think it's December 6th, you can kind of work through your power sheets in one sitting with them as well. So either you watch mine or you watched it on December 6th, whatever you prefer. Obviously, like this video is posting at the end of December. So I hope you guys got some use out of this. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please subscribe. I would love to have you join our family and click on the bell button to be notified of upcoming and future videos. And we will talk to you guys in the new year. Bye now.